Be it the spooky invaders,
Holy no.
unwanted specters, or the strange creatures sneaking around. In this bizarre world, you'll see them all lurking around. So tag along to see the unbelievable times when creeps were caught on camera and shocked the whole world. Ohio cryptid.
What? It took my life.
Now that's a whole new level of creepy. A family in Ohio was having a great time until they heard some weird noises from the kitchen. Curious and a little freaked out, they chose to investigate, and guys, this is what they found. As they peeked through the kitchen's windows, this creepy cryptid, which to me seems like a witch, was there. She whispered threats, demanding they let her inside.
Burger, please let me inside.
Not wanting to invite trouble, the family quickly shut the window. The footage ended right there. And no one knows what happened next till today. Ifrit Jinn. Demons are meant to scare us, but this encounter was something else. A man driving through the remote countryside suddenly found himself with a flat tire. Desperate for shelter, he came across an old abandoned house, thinking he will find safety. As he turned a corner, he met with a nightmare. A scary, demonic figure waiting for him. Was it a djinn, a cryptid, or something even scarier? Alone and shaking with fear, he got ready for a fight. But instead of charging, the demon just growled and stood in his way. That's when he realized he was dealing with an Ifrit Jinn, a fiery spirit known for being really fierce. Creepy hands.
Calm down. What are you?
For a guy, one night became a true nightmare. While he was outside, he saw hands moving like someone was begging for help. He got scared and turned on the outdoor light, but when it lit up the area, no one was there. He froze in fear, but he tried to ignore it and went back to what he was doing. Just when he thought everything was fine, he heard a loud knock on the door.
Calm down. What are you?
It was way more intense this time, like something really wanted his attention. He turned the light back on, but the outside was still empty. What was hiding in his lawn? This question from that night is still stuck with him. Creature caught running. You might think twice before parking your car after watching this footage. A man was recording under his vehicle one night because he heard strange noises nearby. What he caught on camera was nothing short of shocking. A small bipedal creature, clearly not human, ran in front of him. The guy couldn't believe his eyes, but somehow kept filming. Then, he saw the creature crawl under another car, trying to hide. He was clearly scared by the whole thing and wasted no time getting out of there. I can't even guess what that creature was, but I definitely don't want to see it when I'm out by my car. Skinwalker. Alright, here's the footage everyone's been dying to see. So, in Bangalore, India, a group of friends was driving along. It was just a regular night, until he saw something strange walking on the roadside ahead. At first, it just looked like a person. But then, right in front of their eyes, this person jumped onto the road and, in a split second, transformed into a dog. The guys in the car freaked out, screaming in total fear, convinced they had just seen a real-life skinwalker. And honestly, after watching this, I am convinced too. Backyard Jinn. The Jinn, a spirit born from fire and air, can shapeshift and cause chaos on Earth. It's been spotted for centuries, but one man claims he captured this eerie creature on video, right in his backyard. While wandering near an old abandoned spot by his place, he saw something downright creepy. There, standing on the road, was a tall, creepy figure covered in dark fabric with a creepy, glowing red head. He froze in fear, but thankfully, his instinct took over, and he ran. Getting out of there as fast as he could. And honestly, guys, running was the best choice. Who knows what would have happened if he had stayed? Zombified bird.
Yeah, these birds out here are on crack.
Twitter got blown up when a user put up footage of a strange bird walking in a parking lot. Yep, it wasn't flying, just walking along in a strange way. Something was wrong with it. With ragged feathers that appeared twisted in unnatural angles, this bird gave off a zombified look. Looked like the poor thing had gone through a terrible treatment. At whose hands, though? No clue to that yet.
Yeah, these birds out here are on crack.
What do you think happened here? Was this a case of disease? A mutation? Or something beyond our explanation was at work here? Skinwalker. Couple of friends were messing around near an old, abandoned house in the middle of the night when their little adventure took a terrifying turn. After sensing some movement on the rooftop, they turned on their flashlights, and there it was. Pale, white figure, hunched over as if it had been waiting for them all along. It looked like a skinwalker. Its eyes glowing creepily in the dark background of the night, and the way it moved around. It was fast, but the guy's curiosity hadn't dialed down yet. Nope, they kept sneaking around the house. And of course, the Skinwalker had enough of them and gave them one final warning. Rake creeping in cemetery.
Oh God.
Cemeteries are already spooky places, but in the night, that spookiness takes on a whole different meaning. Take a look at this strolling around in one in the middle of the night, and coming face to face with this terrifying creature.
Oh God.
Tall, thin, with spindly limbs. This creature slowly crept out from behind a tree. With a large, hairless head, it matched the description of a rake. But aren't those creatures fictional? If so, then what was this thing doing here of all places? Does that mean they truly exist and we were blissfully unaware? Well, not anymore though. All thanks to this guy, right? Gargoyle. While checking out the old cathedral in Managua, a tourist noticed something strange up high. As he walked around the building, he felt like something was watching him. He pointed his camera at the ceiling, and what he saw was unbelievable. There, sitting on the stone, was a skinny creature with huge wings. Suddenly, it opened its wings and jumped down. The tourist felt scared, but surprisingly, he decided to keep recording. After watching the footage, I'm convinced it's a gargoyle, that creepy monster everyone talks about. What do you all think? Was it really a gargoyle? Or something even more terrifying? Ghostly apparition. Ever drove down a dark road and started screaming, seeing something horrible standing in the middle of the road? 'Cause that's what this guy did. As soon as the video began, so did his screaming. Turns out, there was a figure shrouded in all white, standing in the middle of the road as he drove closer to it. And while it did nothing except to just stand there, the driver was scared out of his mind. That was clear, as evident from his shrieking. Eventually, he decided to head back home, driving as fast as he could. Whatever that thing was, it traumatized this guy, for sure. White ball of light. In this next strange footage, a resident recorded a strange phenomena happening inside their house. A ball of sparkling white light could be seen hovering in midair. The strange part, it seemed to be vibrating with some sort of energy as it moved from room to room. and then stopping in front of the television. But then something truly unexpected happened. The light started sparking and then got sucked into the TV, much like Professor Dumbledore using the Deluminator, right? Uninvited guest in backyard. This guy was having a chill, low-key night in his backyard when he saw something that chilled him to the bone. From a distance, it appeared to be some kind of a white, shadowy figure walking slowly towards the fence, as if trying to find its way inside the house. And as it kept getting closer, the guy started freaking out even more. The pale white figure did reach the fence, but then it began moving away, as if it had sensed the presence of the man and took mercy on him. Good for him. Who knows, next time it won't be this merciful. So what was this thing, actually? You tell us. Giant blob of flesh. In a quite surreal and unsettling moment, a huge blob of what seemed to be flesh appeared out of nowhere in the middle of the road. Pulsating and expanding. As it grows larger, the mass becomes to twist and stretch, transforming into long, eerie ribbons that curl in the air like something straight out of a nightmare. As much as this transformation was terrifying, it was mesmerizing as well, defying all logic. What could this bizarre phenomena be? A glimpse into the unknown, perhaps? Demonic presence. While traveling through the night, this man found himself in an abandoned building, and there he came face to face with something that immediately made him recite all the prayers he could at that moment. There, up on the wall, sat a dark, monstrous creature with horns. Its presence was so dark and negative that the man couldn't help but shiver in fear. Some believe it was a demonic entity, while there were others who claimed it was something else entirely. Its true origins still remain a secret, though. Rake sighting. This man was driving when suddenly he stopped in the middle of an open field. It seemed like he caught something moving in the distance and began recording.
Oh God.
What he saw freaked the heck out of him, though. At first, it looked like a figure crawling on all fours on the ground, but upon taking a closer look, it looked like a rake, making its way through the tall grass on the ground. Its pale, thin body barely moves. Where was it going, and why was it crawling on all fours? All these questions and more, but there have been no answers. What do you guys think happened here? Mysterious humanoid. While driving through the wild in the middle of the night, their night suddenly took a terrifying turn when they saw something running towards them at full speed.
Wait, stop right there. What is that? Is that a buck?
What is that?
Dude, that's what
It was a strange humanoid creature that emerged from the tall grass and began chasing them, its pale skin being the most distinctive feature. Could this be a Skinwalker, shape-shifting from legend into reality? Or could this be the rumored mole person known to dwell underground? Whatever it was a terrifying sight, no less.
Wait, stop right there. What is that? Is that a buck?
What is that?
Dude, that's what
Nightcrawlers.
Sucks. Unless I go far away.
Stay still and
Nightcrawlers? Froggy creepsters? Or something even worse? I came across this footage online, and it left me scratching my head in disbelief. These creatures look like they crawled straight out of a nightmare. One by one, they jumped from the wall, moving in a way that's eerily amphibian-like, right? Seriously, at first I thought they were just oversized frogs, but nope. Way too big for that. The way they leap and scuttle around is downright chilling. Are they some bizarre new species? Or is this just the beginning of something more terrifying?
Sucks. Unless I go far away.
stay still and
Whatever they are, one thing's for sure. These aren't your everyday frogs, and they definitely give off some serious bad vibes. Headless pedestrian. In a quiet neighborhood, a lady checked her home security footage one night and got the shock of her life. On the screen, a figure was strolling down the road. But this wasn't your average pedestrian. This one was headless. Was this a ghost or something else? But guys, here it got weirder. In an instant, the headless figure disappeared, and the camera's timestamp started acting up. Now, this footage is a real mystery. Some people claimed it's a Halloween prank, but I believe it was something creepy out there. Either way, everyone needed to be careful. Tree cryptid. In the strange little town of Sebadilla, Veracruz, odd things happen all the time. Known for its spooky stories, some locals even say it's a hotspot for alien activity. One day, a worker was just doing his job when he came across something truly chilling. He whipped out his phone and recorded a video that will make you believe in the rumors of Sebadilla's town. In the distance, he spotted a weird figure that looked like a woman sitting in a tree. He was shocked by what he saw, and when he posted the video, netizens started talking about witches and dark forces. And I believe they are right. After watching the footage, I am convinced too that it's a witch. Hampton's Guardian. In the winter of 2003, Hampton Palace in the UK became the scene of some creepy happenings. For 3 nights, security guards encountered a puzzling mystery near Clock Court. On the first 2 nights, a heavy fire door mysteriously swung open on its own. But the real surprise came on the second night, when CCTV caught something truly unsettling. A ghostly figure calmly shutting the door. The eerie footage quickly spread across the globe, reaching from India to Peru, earning the ghost the nickname Skeletor. And then, on the 3rd night, everything went quiet. No ghost and no swinging door. The staff was left feeling scared and confused, wondering what really happened. Scary roadside vision. In Bangalore, a biker while cruising down a quiet road came across a chilling sight. A headless woman was seen wandering aimlessly. And let me tell you, this wasn't his first run-in with spooky stuff. He had seen strange things happen twice in the last 6 years. Thankfully, his GoPro was rolling, keeping him safe from any scams. Just when he turned around for a better look, he saw the headless figure disappear. He was so freaked out that he couldn't get rid of the creepy feeling, and he started to doubt everything he thought he knew about that night. Jharkhand's Humanoid. A video from Jharkhand is making waves online, showing a mysterious figure walking along a dark road at night. Some locals are claiming it's an alien, and they might be true. This footage surfaced for a few days and quickly went viral. Netizens call it extraterrestrial or some other creepy creature. News outlets even shared footage calling it a strange humanoid. And honestly, watching this humanoid walking in such an eerie manner, I am convinced that it must be something really odd. Saudi Wandering Witch. On an isolated road between Saudi Arabia and Qatar, a group of policemen spotted an old woman in white holding some wooden items. As she approached closer, their whispers turned into panicked sobs. Yes, here their encounter took a nightmarish turn. This cryptid witch let out an eerie laugh and began running toward their car, with her creepy eyes shining in the darkness. The officer screamed in terror and quickly fled from the scene. The footage ends here, leaving us all in suspense. Some netizens claim that it might be fake, but guys, this clip reveals a real fear. The troubling acceptance of witchcraft in everyday life. After this chilling encounter, you'll definitely think twice before driving alone at night. Real life troll. This guy was exploring a deep, dark cave when suddenly he found this old, creepy well hidden inside. As he got closer, he heard a low, rumbling growl coming from the cave. He stopped there wondering, where was that noise coming from? He took a few careful steps forward, and there it was. A huge, twisted creature crouched and looked around as it was searching for something. The guy thought he was safe, staying quiet, but the creature sniffed the air and locked right onto him. Then, in a flash, it leaped straight at him. The video cut out right then, leaving everyone on edge. But don't worry, he made it out safely and swore he just escaped a real-life troll. Mini humanoids. And now comes the scene that will definitely give you chills. A guy while driving pulled over an empty street. It was really quiet until out of nowhere, some minifigures were seen moving just up ahead, catching the guy's attention. He quickly captured the truly bizarre scene. These figures were really tiny, way too small to be called normal people. But guys, they were walking on two legs. But that's not even the weirdest part. They looked like they were playing around. Then their movements got creepy, almost like they knew someone was watching. Some people online think they're just kids, but come on, kids out there at midnight? No way! I bet there's something way more sinister busy doing some seriously creepy stuff in the night. Wandering Jarjasha. In Huancavelica, a TikTok captured something really spooky outside her window. A shadowy figure wrapped in a long black cloak was seen drifting along an empty street. It was moving so slowly and deliberately that it almost didn't seem real. Then, just to make the scene more creepy, the creature began screaming. Later on, the TikToker's camera was seen struggling to follow the figure as it dragged its cloak along the ground. Some viewers say it's a supernatural spirit, maybe even the feared Jarjacha, a fearsome creature, while others claim it's just someone dressed up to play with people's fears. But honestly, between the screams and that haunting figure, it's enough to make anyone feel like they've seen something truly out of this world. Crawling creepster.
Okay, we just need to be quiet.
In a tweet from a user, a chilling CCTV video captures a mysterious figure haunting a house one creepy night. The footage reveals a weird creature crawling on all fours, looking more like a hybrid of human and dog.
Okay, we just need to be quiet.
I mean, it's really hard to believe what we are seeing. This creature, with its hairless, pale skin and darkened head, moves in a way that's just too strange for a regular person. Right? I'm convinced it's either someone possessed by a demon, or that Dogman creature everyone talks about. Pale humanoid behind bars. Late one night, after hearing an unsettling noise coming from behind a locked door in an abandoned basement, a man went out to investigate. Couldn't resist finding out. Unfortunately, he had no idea what stood at the other side, just waiting to take a shot at it. There behind the bars was a pale humanoid that approached the door with slow, deliberate steps, his hollow eyes fixed on the guy. It moved slowly at first, however. As soon as it reached the door, it stuck its bony arm out, as if trying to lunge at the guy. Saved by his instinct, he retreated back just in time. Good thing it was behind bars, right? Who knows what may have happened otherwise. Nightcrawler caught on camera. In the hush of the night, at exactly 2 a.m., this CCTV camera ended up capturing something that had only been heard about in tales of horror and myths. A Nightcrawler. Yep, just casually crawling in this alley. like it had been living here for years. With its white ghostly face pointing upwards, its body twisted at an unnatural angle, it creeped along. I'm assuming to catch the next prey off guard. I feel terrible for whomever this thing creeped up on, but good thing this camera caught it right, making this mythical creature very real. Mysterious flying creature. When a mysterious creature was caught flying about in the CCTV camera outside the balcony of a house, it left the viewers both shocked and intrigued. Although it was small in size, it definitely gave off an odd, creepy vibe. What was it doing flying around this house? Was it trying to get in, and for what exactly? Now the internet has gone crazy with theories. Some believed it was a tooth fairy in action, while there were others who claimed it might be an undiscovered species of some kind of an insect. While none of these theories seemed plausible enough, the creature's true identity still remains a secret. But maybe you guys can take a crack at it. Creepy cryptid chasing car. Being chased by police is one thing, but being chased by a freaky cryptid, and that too at night, now that's a whole new level of terrifying. These guys were driving at night, recording their nightly adventure, when all of a sudden, a creature started chasing them. From a distance, it looked like a shadow of some sort, pale and white, with glowing eyes. Now it did catch up to their vehicle. Good thing they sped away, because if this cryptid was this fast chasing them, it was definitely up to no good. Who knows what might have happened if it had caught up to them. Skinwalker in the ruins. These ruins were notorious for the presence of dark, sinister creatures lurking at night. But little did this guy know he would end up capturing one on camera as he dared to explore these ruins. Draped in a black, tattered cloak, this figure was sitting silently among the crumbling walls. Although its face was not that visible, it was clear. Its face was twisted, features barely human-like, as if caught between worlds. It was a witch, or so many believed. According to the locals, it had been there for years, bound to these ruins by a dark magic and a cursed past. And as chilling as its presence was, suddenly it began moving back and forth, making itself all the more chilling. Demonic entity in cemetery. A CCTV camera in a cemetery captured something that threw all logic and explanation out the window. Creeping on all fours, this strange creature seemed to be covered in dark fur. Witnesses watched in horror as it moved eerily between the crypts, making small jumps, and then, all of a sudden, stopped, crouched low, and then unfolded its dark, leathery wings. Now people believe it was a demonic entity, a creature from the underworld, drawn to the place of lifelessness. Could this really be a demon, or something cryptid? Tell us what you think in the comment section down below. Dark presence in-house. Now in this next chilling video, a woman was seen sage cleansing her home to get rid of all dark, negative energy when things suddenly took a terrifying turn.
You're not welcome in our home anymore. Please leave me and my family alone.
As she moved through the kitchen, the wisps of smoke curled from the sage, and she was almost done when objects started falling off the counters, as if an unseen force was lashing out. Clearly not happy with the sage cleansing. She obviously fled in panic with no clue to what was happening. What would you do in such a situation? Could this be the work of a demon or a dark spirit unwillingly to leave?
Oh my god.
Mysterious dark black figure. In the middle of the night, this man heard strange noises coming from the stables, so he went out to investigate. Although he didn't find anything or anyone in the stable, But then his light illuminated the ceiling. And there it was. It looked like a black, shadowy figure sitting on the planks installed in the ceiling, as if it had made a home of its own there. Now this mysterious figure was of unknown origins. No clue as to how it got there and what it wanted, but its presence was dreadful. That much was clear. Mysterious glowing apparition. After believing that some kind of advanced life form had been stalking him for some time, he eventually set up cameras all over his house, hoping to catch a glimpse of it, and ended up recording something that had no explanation. There in the footage, at 6 in the morning, he saw a strange glowing figure flying around in his backyard. It was so fast that the camera had a hard time capturing it. Now some believe it was just a hoax or a trick of light perhaps. But there were few who claimed it could be something otherworldly. While that could be true, it's a scary possibility, knowing something like that was out there. Unknown entity. Late at night, when the whole world was cloaked in darkness, this CCTV camera captured something unsettling. At first, all that could be seen was a parked car under the streetlight, but then behind the car, out of thin air, a smoky, shadowy figure emerged, and then, within a couple of seconds, vanished. All that got left behind was just white smoke. What was this unknown entity? A wandering spirit of some sort? Or maybe a lost soul seeking closure? The possibilities are endless, but no concrete answer as of yet. Skinwalker in parking lot. In another one of spine-chilling videos caught on camera, this one was captured in the middle of a parking lot. A creature straight out of a nightmare, with a pale, thin body along with weak limbs. This creature was on all fours and barely moving, just standing there in between the parked cars. People came up with a bunch of theories figuring this one out. Some claimed it was a skinwalker, while others believed it could be some kind of unknown animal. However, its true identity is still unknown, and it's still out there, so beware of parking lots at night. Spooky guest. It was just another quiet night as he lounged on the couch, lost in his TV show. Suddenly, his doorbell camera pinged with a notification. It was midnight, so he chose to check the feed, and what he saw was truly spooky. A strange creature loomed right at his door, its weird face and creepy eyes staring directly into the camera. Then, without warning, the creature slowly turned away and melted into the darkness of the night. It's not clear that it was something real, or just a figment of his imagination, but there's one thing for sure: he would be sleeping with the lights on. Possessed grandmother Amelia. A grandmother lived with her grandkids in the countryside when her kids reported something strange happening to their grandma. She had started to behave rather strangely, and then one day when they reviewed their camera, they found something that shook them to their core. Still dressed in the hospital gown, their grandma stood in the corner of her room. Only it wasn't her, was she? It was her body, but her face was lost. It was all wrinkly and opened up in the middle with a horrifying sight. Her movements were erratic, as if something had taken hold of her. With mouth opened in a silent scream, Amelia then extended her bony hand out towards the camera. If you believe in possession by dark spirits, tell us down below, was this the work of a dark entity? Or was this something else entirely? Werewolf baby.
Oh my god. Oh, what is that?
Now, seriously, what's this? In the middle of the woods, a guy was spending the night in a rest house. It was dark, and suddenly, he heard some weird noises outside. He grabbed his camera to check it out. When he looked through the lens, he saw a four-legged creature with creepy, glowing eyes staring right at him. It was too dark to see what it really was, and it made him even more scared.
Oh my god. Oh, what is that?
Watching the footage, doesn't it look like a baby werewolf? If you guys have a different opinion, then do let me know in the comments. And now let's move on to our subscriber's pick of the day. After hearing some strange noise coming from the kitchen, this person went in to investigate and got the shock of a lifetime. At first, he saw his window open, and then there was this alien-like creature slowly creeping inside. His eyes glinted in the light as it moved. Its otherworldly features are at full display with its dark body, which was veiny for some reason. Was it really an alien being hoping to take control of humankind? Is this the evidence that extraterrestrial life does exist and could take over? Or could this just be an elaborate prank? You tell us.